Lonely Sunday, are you for real?
Hi everyone, this is Pete with another video in my series of 31 plus that I'm making to promote this album, Silhouette, Dafni songs performed by her friends, an album, tribute album I co-produced with Alfonso Rodenas in memory of my late wife, Dafni, a singer-songwriter in the Los Angeles Americana roots folk country music scene. Today's video is all about Wil Forbis and his version of Dafni's song Lonely Sunday. But first, I'm at a very important location in Los Angeles. This site where I'm standing right now, perhaps one day will have a memorial for Dafni because it is here at the corner of Santa Monica Boulevard. This is Santa Monica, and Highland Avenue, which is that one there. This is the spot where Dafni wrote her song, Dimes in My Pocket. Dafni and I had been attending a gig at Highland Grounds, which was down that way. I think Jeb Lipson's band, The Position, Jeb Lipson had recorded Dafni's album, Drifting in Circles, and we had gone to see his band, The Position, play there with Solomon Burke Jr. on vocals, son of Solomon Burke, the famous soul singer, and they were fantastic, but in those days we didn't have a car, so we took the bus here and we took the bus home, and we were waiting here maybe 11 p.m, midnight, something like that. To many people's surprise, Los Angeles does have a very good bus system, rail system. It's very easy to get around on the public transport, and we were waiting at the bus here. For some reason, Dafni had that's the number 4 going by. For some reason, we only had dimes that night to pay for the bus fare, and I think the bus fare at the time was like $1.25, something like that. So Dafni probably had 12 or 13 dimes for herself and 12 or 13 dimes for myself. And we were standing here at the bus stop. The bus used to stop here by this electricity pole. Now the bus stop is over there on the other side of the intersection, but it used to be here. So this is the exact spot where Dafni wrote her song. And I asked her, like jokingly, because we were waiting for the bus for so long, like every 10 minutes or something, the bus never came. I recall I would just ask you still got the dimes? You got the dimes? And she said, I got the dimes in my pocket. And then she would sing this like childish and annoying melody. I got the dimes in my pocket. I got the dimes in my pocket. They're gonna get me home tonight. And she would just sing this over and over, and like just to annoy me, right? To amuse ourselves while we were waiting for the bus late at night. Anyway, eventually we caught the bus, and a few days later, probably on the next Saturday morning, Dafni was like, that melody I was singing, I've still got that in my head. I think I got a good idea for that song. And so she wrote the song that turned out to be Dimes in My Pocket in our apartment on Federal, based on this kind of childish and annoying little tune that she wrote right here on this spot in probably late 2005 sometime. It was around the time when maybe the Drifting in Circles album, between finishing recording and the CD release show, somewhere around there. I can't date it exactly, but if we can find out when Jeb's band The Position played at Highland Grounds, maybe we can actually pinpoint the date that the song was written. That song became Dafni's signature tune. People loved it. It was a dumb song. It was fun. It's romantic. It's about her waiting for the bus with dimes in her pocket to pay the fare, coming home from work where her man, me, is home cooking something on the stove, something good to eat, and she's waiting for the number 4 bus. The number 4 bus comes, that's the bus we took home. So that song is like literally our life story. So that perhaps is the most honest song in Dafni's repertoire. Anyway, I figured it has to have its own episode devoted to it, because people love that song, and it was her signature tune, and it's the first song on Dafni's album, this one, Charlie's Lonely Sunday. Track 1, Dimes, and I think it signals, this song being track 1 on this album kind of signals a new phase in Dafni's recording career, and I think it's the song that, well, it's a signature song. Leave it at that. She recorded it with at Charlie McGovern's big old studio in 2000, and let's see, that album came out 2007, so I'm guessing 2007, maybe late 2006. I'm gonna have to do my homework on that. There's another bus coming by. Let's see if I'm waiting here for the number 4 to come along. Do you see it? It's number 4 again. She recorded it with live at Charlie McGovern's studio, big old studio, with Frank San Filippo on drums, Geoff Rakness on bass, and Josh Bander on accordion, Dafni on acoustic guitar and vocals, all live, no overdubs, purely live in Charlie's like basically living room, and nothing stopping one instrument from bleeding into the microphones of the next. But I think it sounds fantastic. It was a joy to make that album. It was quick, and I will have an episode devoted to the album in a later episode. But today's episode is about Wil Forbis and his version of Lonely Sunday. Is this another number 4 coming? Am I going to have like 4 number 4s pass me by during this video? We shall see. Is that a 4? Yep, 3 4s have come by so far. Yeah, the song Lonely Sunday comes from this album, Charlie's Lonely Sunday, titled after Charlie McGovern, and this song, Lonely Sunday is kind of a song that I think it's one of the 2 jazzy, Latin flavored songs on here, and the other one being Let's Pretend, that Funky Jim did on the cover album. It was a song that Dafni, I think at the time when she recorded this album, I think she thought was one of her best songs she'd ever written. I think she felt she had become more sophisticated as a songwriter. I've probably said that several times now, but it's true with this album. It's a step up sonically and songwriting, and the band, everything about the record is a step up from all of her previous recordings, and she was really getting good as a songwriter and performer at that time. Lonely Sunday, I think was her favorite song from this record. This record was her favorite. This was her favorite of all the albums that she ever made, and I think Lonely Sunday was her favorite song on the record, just because it's got sophistication. It's the word to describe Dafni's progress as a songwriter, and I think, yeah, she regarded it as the best song on the record. Charlie had, I think they recorded all of the songs in one day, and then they went back and redid a couple of them. And when Charlie did the mixes, he mixed it on a Sunday, and he wrote on the CD Charlie's Lonely Sunday Mixes. And Dafni and I agreed that this sounds like a really good album title, Charlie's Lonely Sunday. So that became the album title. Wil Forbis played in Dafni's band. I've probably mentioned it earlier. After we joined the cinema bar and Dafni was playing there, we met Wil, we met Edie, we met hundreds of other musicians in Los Angeles, and Dafni wanted banjo in her band, and Wil played the banjo. I don't think he was particularly a banjo player. He's a very adept guitarist, and she just wanted some banjo on some song. She had accordion, guitar, bass drums. She wanted banjo to fill out, sound a bit more bluegrassy. She got Edie Murphy also to play fiddle and mandolin. It was a very bluegrassy sound at one point. And then Wil started playing lead guitar in place of Josh. Josh focused on the accordion and Wil played lead guitar. And, there was a step up, I think. I think Josh was fantastic on the accordion and Wil was a better guitarist. No slight on Josh. I think I've mentioned that once before too. I think it just made the band sound much better. And Wil is also a songwriter of his own, and a very good one. And he's got a couple of albums that he released. I think Geoff and Mark played on those to some degree. Shady's Jukebox, and I can't think what the other album title was called. Wil had one song called Let's Get High on Jesus, which was kind of his Dimes in My Pocket. It was a song, his signature song, and I think it's like just a lot of fun. Let's Get High on Jesus. You should check that one out. I like that song a lot. Wil recorded this song at Frank San Filippo's studio. Frank, although he's a San Filippo and Mark is a San Filippo, they are not related, or maybe they are distantly. Frank played bass in Dafni's band whenever Geoff Rakness wasn't available. And he's a fantastic upright bassist, very nice guy, very funny, very talented. And I was at the recording session for this song, although it's not one that Alfonso recorded, but Frank lived very nearby where I lived, so it was easy for me to come. They recorded it with Adam Steinberg on drums. Adam played drums, I believe, in Ghost Town, which is Frank's band, and then Wil on guitar, Frank on bass, and then Carl Byron, who's a phenomenal pianist. He plays piano and accordion, I think, on this song. And the record has, the recording has a very beautiful, it's a beautiful recording, a very kind of Latin sound. I think they're really up to the Latin aspect of the song. I always think this is one of Dafni's Latin songs, but they recorded it, they kind of upped the Latin feel of it, and it has a phenomenal outro. I really like the last minute or two where it's just kind of a musical extravaganza. I love it. The solo that Wil plays and the music is just very beautiful. So yeah, Frank and Wil both played in Dafni's band, so I figured for this song I would interview both Wil, the performer, and Frank, the bassist and engineer, just to get their opinions about Dafni and the recording process. I hope you enjoy it. I think this song sounds really good, and I hope you like it. I hope you like the interviews, and I hope you come back and join me for the next video in the series. Okay, thanks. Bye.
I do pretty specifically remember the meeting, and it was at the cinema, and I think she was playing with an iteration of her group at that point. And I probably shouldn't tell you this, Peter, but I kind of slightly hit on her. But she very quickly said she was married and basically said buzz off. And but we just became friends, I think, fairly quickly, and then she was kind of, she was, I think, wanted to add banjo to her group, and that's how that came about. But yeah, it was one night at the cinema, and she was there playing.
What sound?
Well, it's your open A, I guess.
Well, I was with Wil, and he was hitting on every drum in the cinema bar. No, I'm not sure I do remember. I'm pretty sure it must have been, we were probably on the same bill at the cinema club, cinema bar, with my band Ghost Town. And she had a regular bassist at the time. Obviously, Geoff has been her go-to guy for years. But she started asking me when he couldn't make it to fill in, which was great. And yeah, so I think it was just through the cinema bar.
I think we might have seen you playing with Andrea Peterman. Is that possible?
Oh yeah.
That's how I kind of seem to remember how we
so
first met.
That was quite a ways
Maybe
back.
she was playing with Andrea or someone on a double bill.
Yeah, could be.
I don't know.
We did
I
end
don't
up
remember
doing
either.
double bills with Dafni and Ghost Town also at some point. But yeah, it might have been Andrea Peterman. That's true.
Mhm.
And I'm doing like a little sort of 2-bar, 4-bar thing.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. Yeah, I don't really recall how I actually ended up in the band. I remember being in the band, but I think it just sort of evolved kind of organically. Maybe she saw me play or something, you know. I mean, a lot of my memories of that era are kind of weak.
I mean, all of ours are, I think.
Right.
I think you were playing with Peter Kavanagh quite regularly, the two of you. And
Yeah.
we came and saw you play a few times.
Right. I did play with Peter quite a lot, and even back then, and that's around the same time. So yeah, I mean, it was something like that. And I know certainly, you know, Dafni liked kind of early jazz and that kind of stuff, and so did I. And so maybe there was a certain kind of connection there or something, or like, oh, yeah, you know, he'd be good in my project, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I sort of started on banjo, which was really an odd choice because I'm not a very good banjo player. And I think then it was sort of like banjo and guitar, and then it was just like, oh, why don't I just play guitar, like instead of lugging all these instruments around or something. And the banjo is really difficult to play live because you have to mic it. It really doesn't, you can't use pickups in it very well, or at least not the cheap ones I was using, because it's just not an instrument that lends itself to pickups. So, you know, you have to kind of stand there right up to the mic and, you know, get it close enough so that it hears it, but don't like actually touch the mic, because then you get this hideous banjo touching the mic sound. So yeah, it was just it's just kind of a difficult instrument, and I think it ultimately made more sense to just do guitar.
Yeah. Seems a little slow now.
I mean, it's kind of one of those things.
Yeah, I mean, it was just always a nice surprise to get a call when Geoff couldn't make it. Geoff and I play slightly differently. He's a little more jazz, legit jazz. But Dafni was always very complimentary of my playing, which was nice. She didn't just want me to play Geoff's parts. She let me kind of do my own thing with the tunes, and that was always great. But yeah, it was just always fun to play with her band. She always had other great players in the band, so I got to meet a lot of great players like Wil and Joey Stafford, and I already knew Mark San Filippo because we're pseudo cousins. But it was always fun to play with him and Kevin Jarvis and all sorts of people. So.
She was a great songwriter. I mean, I think sort of I think she had a real sophistication that's kind of what I think was, I don't want to say it was underappreciated, but there's certain songwriters where they're great and you listen to it and then you kind of sit down and say, oh, well, what are they doing here? And you're like, okay, well, it's nothing mind-blowing, but it still works, it's great. Whereas with Dafni, it's like, you would hear these songs and then you kind of sit down and say, oh, that's what she's doing. Or like, oh, that's a pretty clever chord change, There was definitely like a certain thought to these things and maybe a borrowing from a lot of different genres that, I thought was pretty interesting. And like learning her songs was a challenge, and sort of thinking about them and how to approach them and that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. This is, I guess, a little bit of a bossa nova kind of tune. I've been listening a lot to Ry Cooder's Chavez Ravine and Buena Vista Social Club, so I think I'm a little bit...
It's going to get to you then. What's it called?
Lonely Sunday.
This is Dafni.
Sunday, are you for real? I was awakened, fascinated by you. Maybe soon we'll be together, one fine day in September. We'll get lost in the crowd. Meadows were falling, I thought of calling, but I didn't even know your name. You were engaging, my heart was racing, surprised by myself how I could play this game. Flickering candle, a cool evening breeze, were they lost in a dream? A warm embrace I clearly remember, the touch of your skin, the look on your face. Feathers were falling, I thought of calling, but I didn't even know your name. You were engaging, my heart was racing, surprised by myself how I could play this game. I'm so tired of waiting, I will not wait anymore. Oh, I'm so tired of waiting, I will not wait anymore. myself how I could play this game.
Yeah, I mean, she was one of the most interesting songwriters in the, that whole LA Americana scene. I think partly because she came at it, with a, really fresh perspective and had a lot of interests outside of music, which was, I think, is always healthy. But yeah, I mean, as a singer and guitar player, she was always great, and people don't know it probably, but she was also one of the best whistlers I'd heard. So, yeah.
Someday, are you for real? I was awakened, fascinated by you. Maybe soon we'll be together. One fine day in September, we'll get lost in the crowd. Were falling, I thought of calling, but I didn't even know your name. You were engaging, my heart was racing, surprised by myself how I could play this game. Touch of your skin, the look on your face, the yellow moon, a flickering candle, a cool evening breeze. Were they lost in the dream? Petals were falling, I thought of calling, I didn't even know could play his game.
I'll answer that backwards. So I thought the session went very well. Wait, what was the second one? It was what I...
Why you chose it, what you think of it, and how the session went.
Right, okay. So, well, why I chose it was kind of partly because it was one of the, it was available. But I was actually, it was very serendipitous because once I heard it, I was like, yeah, this is one of those Dafni songs that I was kind of talking about, where it's got that kind of interesting jazzy sophistication. It's not just maybe 3 chords or something. It's got some interesting meat to it, and so yeah, I guess I think it's one of those songs. It's got this kind of unique Dafni vibe to it.
I think the recording went pretty well. I think I don't know this song as well as a lot of the other ones because she didn't play it live very often when I was in the band. I think I only played it once or twice live with her, but it's nice because the Dafni's version is a little similar feel to what we did today, but we kind of amped up the Latin flavor of it a little bit more, which is, her songs are very malleable. You could do the song in 10 different ways. It would still hang together.
So that felt pretty good.
Okay.
I just wanted to get that there because I'm prone to screw up when I do that transition. So.
Okay. So do you want to punch it on the same track, or?
Yeah, sure. We could do another A little later on. Sure what I'll do on the uke for that, so maybe I'll just sort of throw in like something like that, because the bass and maybe the guitar will be carrying that.
For the ending bit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me just dub in a final strum too, just to kind of have if we need it.
Okay.
Yeah, well, certainly the Borat impressions, but I guess, I mean, I can tell one story that I think sort of sums up Dafni, which was I was playing with Geoff and Mark. We were all playing together, you know, and it was at some club in Las Feliz, and so we're doing the show, and I guess we ended the show. Well, while we're doing the show, we look out there and we can see that John Cho, the actor who's now Sulu on Star Trek, was out there. And so we finished the set, and he comes over, and he's talking to Dafni, and he was, you know, very effusive, and he really enjoyed it, and all this sort of thing. And they're talking, and it became pretty clear Dafni had no idea who he was. And there was kind of this moment where, you know, after they're chatting, she said something like, "Oh, what's your name?" And, you know, John Cho obviously realized that she did not know who he was, and you could tell he was really kind of tickled by it, you know, and he was just kind of like, "John." And I guess that sort of just speaks to a certain, like, naivete Dafni had, but a really sort of a refreshing one in LA, you know, where everyone, myself included when I was here, you know, was talking about how they just saw, I don't know, you know, Aaron Eckhart in the line at Starbucks or something like that. So, I guess you know, she had a certain innocence that was actually very just, you know, very fun to be around or rewarding.
Warm embrace, I clearly remember the touch of your skin, oh, the look on your face. You were engaging, my heart was racing. Surprised by myself how I could play this game.
You can cut it there.
Oh, I'm so tired of waiting. I will not wait anymore.
Her sunniness, her you know, genuineness, her goodness. You'll have to sequence this after Wil's interview, but talking about her naivete about celebrity while living in Los Angeles. My wife and I were able to invite her along to the Grammys last year, and she knew nobody there. She, you know, she was walking past the red carpet and, you know, didn't recognize a single solitary person. Not really keyed into popular music of the day, which is admirable. But yeah, just she was always full of joy and never had anything less than positive to say about anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Lonely Sunday, are you for real? Oh, I was awakened, fascinated by you. Maybe soon we'll be together. One fine day in September, we'll get lost in the crowd. Petals were falling, I thought of calling, but but I didn't even know your name. You were engaging, my heart was racing, surprised by myself how I could play this game. Warm embrace, I clearly remember the touch of your skin, the look on your face. Yellow moon, a flickering candle, the cool evening breeze, or were they lost in a dream? Petals were falling, I thought of calling, but I didn't even know your name. You were engaging, my heart was racing, surprised by myself how I could play this game.